Now, I can't say we all have been, or at least have thought of being in a situation where we're dealing with an upset customer who's angry, frustrated, overall just not happy, whether it be with the lack or the quality of service or the return policy, which definitely is something that people get very upset about very quickly, very easily, and how we would handle the situation. Well, I'm here to help instruct and give some tips on how I at least handle the situations and something that has helped me through years of retail, because something I definitely learned and I've definitely seen is that getting angry, matching the negative energy of the customer is not going to help anything, because I'm not going to say it could lead to termination, but it could, and that's definitely not something we want. So, here's some tips. I first recommend eye contact. Not like an intense amount of eye contact, but just enough so that they know you're listening, you're understanding, and you're processing what they're telling you. And also, I also compare it to like an animal, to say that, like, you're never going to want to turn your back and look away from a gorilla because they'll think you're intimidated and then they'll try to attack you. So you don't want to show the customer that you're worried or that you're getting frustrated. You just want to keep a very, whether it be smiling or a very neutral face, just so they understand that they know you're listening to them. Secondly, I recommend speaking in a very kind voice, not a belittling, not in a sarcastic, just a kind voice, so that they know you're not getting upset, you're there to try and help the situation. Because also, I've definitely seen associates go off on customers, and while I haven't seen it lead to termination, I've definitely seen a lot of warnings and stern talking tos that should definitely be taken seriously, because after a while, the managers and the company is not going to want to put up with all the complaints anymore. And thirdly, I highly recommend empathizing with the customer, not sympathizing. They don't want your pity. They don't want you to feel bad for them. They just want you to understand how frustrated they are, and they want you to know that they are frustrated. And that's why they're lashing out most of the time, at least in my experience from what I've seen. And so by empathizing with them, like, I know I've been in situations where the return policy does suck, and I wish there was more I can do. But there are times where there is actually either nothing else you can do. And you just have to make sure they understand that and that you empathize with how frustrated they're feeling. Now, I know this all may seem very like cut and dry, but coming from me, someone who is very easily frustrated, I cry when I'm frustrated. I've had a lot of customers in the end just apologize to me for how they acted because of them lashing out at me when they know it's not on me. It's more of like the policies and how the company is going to handle it. And so just at least try these things, because it never hurts. Everything works different for someone else. So if you have a whole different way of dealing with hard to handle customers, then that's great. But just remember, I always recommend eye contact, speaking kindly, and empathy. And that will definitely help most of the time. Thank you.